One more Chopra sitting there. Now we come to the most important subject, homeopathy. You know, I love that. There was this young boy who was writing in every Tuesday in the Guardian, homeopathy is dead. Have you seen that? Every Tuesday in the Guardian. So I wrote to the director of the Homeopathy Institute in Calcutta, said, why don't you refute it? He says, sir, kaise karenge? You know, this is the diffidence that we have. So I wrote an article in defense of homeopathy, sent it to the Guardian. The editor says, I can't allow you more than 150 words. I said, you allowed him one page and you allow him only 150 words? I said, okay, I wrote it in 150 words. He published that. See, homeopathy is a great science which people don't know. And here is a wonderful homeopath, a handsome young man. A very strong Sardar at that. And Bakshi Saab. And he is here to tell you in the next 10 minutes how homeopathy can be integrated. See, we have integrated homeopathy 350 years ago. We got this sorbitrate, torbiditrate tablet you have take when you get chest pain. This is from homeopathy. And homeopathy, Heinemann's student had chest pain. And he had also headache. So he was in homeopathy they give headache tablet which produces headache. So he was taking this headache tablet and his chest pain got relieved. So one of the oldest medicines the pharmacologists know is sorbitrate. And sorbitrate came from homeopathy. So we have integrated 350 years ago. So now Bakshiji. No, okay. Let us go a little deeper into it. All of you are getting passionate now. You know, you think modern medicine is, allopathy is bad. No, we are not talking, madam. Madam, no, that means you have not seen many people. Don't worry. Now coming back to the original state, see, human chromosome is now known to contain only 23,000 genes, which a rat has, which even an earthworm has. So it can't produce all the diseases, all the features. But human chromosome has 2.5 trillion germ genes. We are germs children. According to evolutionary biology, it's nothing to do with modern medicine. It's evolutionary medicine says gene penetrance is what Ashwini was talking about. Gene penetrance is because the environment is conducive, gene penetrates. Otherwise it doesn't penetrate. Now this environment is not Pakistan and India. No. The environment is the same habits, same things that you do which your parents did, your others did. Supposing you transplant a child as soon as it is born to an American family and with the whole thing is different, this child will have, why that experiments have shown, if twins, uniovular twins, one left with the parent, one taken to some distant place, they grow differently, totally differently. It's the environment. Now Lamarckism is the day, not Darwinism. And Lamarckism says it is the environment. Now I'll tell you, you take a chameleon, a female chameleon, when it goes, and chameleon's enemy is a snake. And every chameleon has got a smell capacity to find a snake in the vicinity about 100 feet. At that time, if the fetus is in the womb of the chameleon, it can change the genes by penetration environment to have the offspring have 10,000 feet capacity to smell a snake.
Sir, आप वो बात कर रहे हैं, मैं बीमारी की बात कर रहा हूँ. बीमारियाँ सारी हेरिडिटरी हो रही हैं.
अरे बीमारी तो अलग नहीं हो सकती है.
कैसे नहीं? आपको अगर अस्थमा है, मुझे बता दीजिए. मैं पहले आप मुझे पेशेंट की फैमिली हिस्ट्री बता दो, मैं बीमारी बता दूंगा क्या क्या आने वाली है.
Okay, all right. I'll take your point of view because there's no point in arguing on that. But I'm telling you what's happening in the field of epigenetics. There is no genetics, no longer genetics. Genetic engineering is a farce. Stem cell research is a farce. Taking the stem cells from your umbilical cord and preserving it for over 3 crores of rupees for your child is a farce. It's all money-making business. We still hang on to genetics for money-making business. But the truth of science is epigenetics has taken over. And epigenetics simply means that you can influence everything. Now, see, this is where I come back to meditation now. It's not modern medicine. If you do meditation, your chromosome has got the two ends called telomeres. Telomeres are like the shoelaces, shoe horns. So these become shorter and shorter as age advances. You sit and meditate really, what's called mindful meditation in English language. These become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and you live longer. Now this is shown now by experiment. Nothing to do with modern medicine. Meditation is not modern medicine. It's naturopathy, madam. So you should be happy about it. It's also homeopathy because you should be happy about it. So let us not argue. This is where the integration becomes difficult because each one of you have that hubris. What I say is right because I have seen. Yes, you are right. These geneticists have seen millions of people. So they have got records of millions of people, not just 40,000 or 20,000 or 30,000. So it is the epigenetics now. We have come back to the original state. That it's your environment that faces. The environment doesn't mean your house and all. You stay in the same house in Punjab or in Delhi. No, no. You take the same habits with you wherever you are. You eat the same food. You behave the same way. You have the same anxieties. You have the same hatreds. You have the same jealousies. Same thing, it's all one. That's what Ayurveda says, if I may quote that not correctly. Krodha, Shokha, Bhaya, Ayasa, Viruddhanna Bhojana, Taponalan, Kattu, Amlakshara Livana, Tikshnoshnati, Raktapitta Prakopet. What's the treatment? Hita, Mita, Ahara Sevi. Samikshakari, work very hard. Data, be a giver, not a taker. Samaha, look at everybody equally. You look at the boss, you say, sir, and look at the peon, hey, gone, your health is gone. So they are all human beings, born like everybody. Why the difference? So D.H. Lawrence so beautifully said, our ingress into this world was naked and bare. You came without even underwear. Our progress in this world is trouble but care. Our egress from this world will be nobody knows where. If you do well here, you will do well there. So then he says, Satyapara, don't tell a lie, because if you tell a lie, tension. You have to remember that lie. Next time when somebody asks, also, the same lie has to be repeated. So it is very tense. But tell a lie, it's Satyapara, tell the truth, no tension at all. Kshamavan, forgive people. And then what? Aptopasevi bhavet arogyam. You treat everyone as your near and dear ones, not your son and daughter and mother and child. So if you treat everyone as all of you are my brothers and sisters, I told you in the morning. Do you know why? Selfish motive. I want to be healthy. So this is what is about health. Now integration, the biggest problem in my concept is hubris, our ego. We should leave all our ego. You sell your ego in the market and come here, I will integrate the whole systems in no time. It's not difficult at all. Now we have 10 minutes, precious time, for precious questions from you. Questions must be short. Yes, Tony.
How many of you are actually practicing integration with what success and how?
You want me to answer?
All of you answer.
All of you.
Quick answer.
Quick answer.
I actually deal with a lot of emergency medicine, so that is one part of my life. But the moment the emergency is over, when I'm in the outpatient department, I talk to people, I get them in touch with their feelings, I explain to them there are things, there is a subtle body and there's a vital body and all these things. I explain them how each and everything is there. A large percentage of my patients take homeopathy, Ayurveda, and I believe the most complete science is naturopathy. So I combine with them. I've treated cancers in association with Ayurveds and with naturopaths and other things like that. Wherever they needed platelets, we give them platelets, the rest of them. So I'm supporting my patients who want to follow a particular field of medicine. You see, the problem is that usually these other fields are taken up when everything is lost. Then they go. Then these guys also can't do anything, you see. So, but if there are people who have the courage, provided they're supported, to go to these fields first, they get well. They get well. Of course, we need to support them in certain things.
I'd just like to give one comment.
Whenever I practice my medicine for last 35 years, I write minimum medicines, because I believe that meditation is 1,000 times superior than medication. I always prescribe in my prescription meditation and yoga every day, also for you. This physician is giving me time. I believe more in CAT scan and not in CAT scan.
You made one comment that you're always bringing that back to balance. You have to the norm. But the norms are in the present world as well.
The norms become abnormal when there is a turbulence and agitation in the mind. You have to create a balance. If you are in the balance all the time, the diseases won't come.
Yeah,
I can tell you, I see a lot of patients coming to me from Supreme Court or from High Court or from the export house. Just by a fit of anger, they get a massive heart attack and they are brought in.
that is explainable. But
So you have to understand what happens to our system. We have a subtle system. As I mentioned, you trillion chemical reactions occurring every second within you.
No.
They are all influenced by the environment.
I think what Tony is asking is, you said, my adrenaline is up, I'll down it, my sugar is up, I down it. That's what he says. So today's sugar levels are artificially made for the company's level. It's
Yeah.
coming down every day.
No, sir. I tell you what happens is, if I do only allopathy practice, I'll create a haphazard graph. But if I practice complementary medicine along with that, it really helps. Because I am very scientifically validated that here is my medicine playing, but I am also optimizing the lifestyle of a person as per the norms. If I keep on giving medicine on one side, and on the other side, you smoke 30 cigarettes a day or 40 cigarettes a day and take 2 bottles of alcohol every day, what am I doing? Am I abusing my patient, or I'm optimizing the chemistry within us? So that's what my purpose is, to optimize by whatever best method possible. That's why I believe in CAM, complementary alternative medicine, all to be integrated. Integration is the only way, as Ashwini mentioned very rightly, everything is integrated. I am not a right eye expert or a left eye expert. I'm not a right ear expert or a left ear expert. It's we have created these divisions. Everything is integrated. Whether it's a mind or a body or a soul or a spirit or environment, all are integrated. So we have to create a optimization. That's what I know.
Okay, so you have anything? Integration.
The ego comes in. अगर अकेले आप कर रहे हो practice, like in asthma, I am treating my patient with naturopathy also. But if some other person comes with me and working with me, puts his foot, ऐसे नहीं ऐसे वो ego clashes आ जाती हैं उसके अंदर. But in skin, homeopathy we tackle beautifully. Mainly my practice is skin and respiratory asthma. We have to give naturopathy diets to give, because there are food जो कि channels of circulation को block करता है. जैसे उड़द की दाल है, राजमा है, अस्थमा को नहीं दे सकते. So you have to stop all this and give naturopathy diet, and homeopathy works beautifully. And in 2 months, 90% of patients का inhaler बंद करा देते हैं या कम हो जाते हैं.
Good. I think that's a very good thing, because with our modern medical treatment, asthma deaths are increasing.
23 patients are dying every day in Delhi.
Because we are giving
23
beta
patients are dying every
agonists,
day.
which damage the heart. So instead of the asthma death coming down since the advent of modern medicine, including steroids, the death rate in asthma is going up. You see, when I was a student, we were taught that asthma patients are safe because they don't get tuberculosis. This was our rule. It was true. But today, every asthma patient gets tuberculosis because he is on steroids. So we are creating a lot of this. Say, for example, you take statin for lowering your cholesterol. 10 to 40% of them become diabetics in 1 year. So we are manufacturing diabetes. Morning somebody was making there's a diabetic increase in India. No, that's artificial. That statistics is created by the epidemiologists.